Alright, new volleyball video. Just gonna jump straight into it. Alright, there's gonna be some new colors. The red lines are the lines of hitting. So in this, the outside would go here and hit this way. If we were just to start like that, so that's the lines of hitting. These colored lines are where someone rotates. Also when someone rotates before serve. So in the first rotation, this person comes back, and this person goes back. Um, and the green line is for this setter routing, and the underlines, if people are underlined, their front court. So let's start off with some just general rules. If I or like all positions are named, so the back right position where the service is position 1. Here's position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes in like a spiral. We also have rotation rules. Is if I am this outside player here, I look to the people directly like or perpendicular to me, no one diagonal. So I ignore these two players for my rotation. And since I am this player, I look to my people, I see the setter, I can't go to the right of this setter, or I break rotation, that's out of rotation. Can't go to the left in the middle, that's out of rotation. Can't go behind this outside, that's out of rotation. But I can stand next to them, like this. That's in rotation, and it's allowed. So if you draw lines like this, because you can't go to the sides of these guys, and then like this. This is the bounds where the outside can stand. Basically all of this in this rotation. Also, if you have any questions, just let me know. So yeah, this is first rotation. We're going to run setter. This is first receive as well, because then we're going to rotate into our service where the setter serves first, because we'll get our like one of our strongest hitting things, because we'll have 3 hitters. All 3 of these people will be hitting in that rotation. So yeah, setter starts when we receive. Setter starts in position 2, and when we serve, setter starts in position 1. So what we're running as well is the outside and the setter are next to each other, and the middle is next to the outside but not the setter. So these two players have switched from what is commonly run. However, I watched some more games. Sydney North runs this, Sydney East runs this, and the Japan team runs this. I don't know how many other teams run this, but Japan runs this. So it's a pretty good rotation. Anyways, let's go to our receive one. Alright, lots of lines. Start off with this outside here. These 3 players are circled, so or like they're underlined, so the front court. And we'll break it down first by looking at this colored lines, and then we'll look at the attacking lines. So what's happened here is the outside slides all the way back behind the middle, but making sure to stay on the right side of the middle to not break rotation. Like the outside could stand here, but if they stand here, breaks rotation. So they need to stay on the right of the middle, and they need to stay in front of their other outside. But this is pretty standard. Like the outside just slides back, the oppo goes like deep back court, and the oppo doesn't even receive. The oppo just runs straight to their hitting spot as soon as the ball is served. And then we have our attacking lines. We have our outside hitting pipes, like our backcourt outside hitting pipes. We have our front court outside ready to straight away to hit outside, and our middle curves in for the middle. And we have our lib covering basically all of this zone, and then we have our 2 other receivers covering this zone, and our middle covers like close. Our oppo does not receive at all, unless it's like, I don't know, something is wrong and it's like super deep or whatever. But yeah, that's first rotation, and then after everyone swaps, like we already know. I don't need to talk about swapping properly because the backcourt we already know that the oppo wants to go to position 1, and the lib wants to go to position 5, and the outside wants to go to position 6 when they're backcourt. So like I shouldn't have to talk about that. So that's rotation 1. Also, this lib could be depending on who we lib our middles. If Jack's playing middle, then this might be Jack. Like he won't get libbed out, I don't think, unless Fabian becomes like the absolute machine, which is it is possible. But yeah, this is receive 2. So we've just served. Setter's just served, and setter has missed a serve. So yeah, we have our setter lib outside. The outside's following the setter, like the middle follows the outside. That's So we're gonna look at the actual receive rotation now. This one's pretty similar to what we do, is the outside comes back to protect the setter. And this, yeah, the green line is the line the setter runs. So the outside, instead of being here, they come back, all the way back. And I don't have many lines, but like I should have a line here for the middle, because the middle goes across, but that's about it. Yeah. So what happens here is the middle slides across and the oppo slides back. So we have our oppo basically sitting where like an outside would receive. And we have our backcourt outside, and our lib covers all of this middle area. And then we have our these two people cover here, and this person covers here. And yeah, our setter just runs forward. Our outside goes and hits fives, and our oppo hits like whatever. So the thing about this rotation though is that outside and oppo don't swap. So this oppo plays outside this whole point. No matter if the ball goes over, no matter if like whatever happens, this outside plays oppo the whole point. I mean, this oppo plays outside, and the same with the outside. This outside plays oppo the whole point. But other than that, it's pretty similar, where the middle just runs middles and the outside runs pipes, like the backcourt outside runs pipes. So I'm just like getting these done really fast, and then you can like pause the video, like look at them, try and remember where you are, where you need to go, and I'm gonna try and do the same, try and guide everyone. But yeah, don't serve R3. So actually I should look at the base 3 real quick. This is where the setter is back middle. Setter's back middle, oppo in front of course, and then the outside in the middle. So this rotation is quite interesting. So what happens is it's like pretty similar to our other time where our setter will go all the way up, but our oppo and our setter won't be next to each other. The oppo can actually be all the way over there because the middle slides across and goes back. So what really happens in this rotation from the blue lines is just the middle goes back, the outside goes back, the lib pushes in, outside pushes in, and then the oppo slides across and the setter comes forward. So it's pretty similar to what we do, except the oppo is going to be here instead of where we used to have it here. And yeah, the middle curves in for a middle attack, the outside straight ready for an outside, and the oppo just goes back and goes and hits oppo. It's like pretty standard for what we're used to. Let's look at base 4. Base 4 is where the setter is back left. Now this was the one that we would normally have problems with, because what would happen is this player normally slides all the way up. This player comes up next to them. I don't care about the white lines at the moment. This player comes up next to them, and this person goes all the way back. What's going to happen here is a bit different, but it's quite interesting. And I think this is the weird rotation. So remember at the start how I said, if you're here, you don't need to think about the people in the corners. You only need to think about the people next to you. So what's happened with this rotation is this outside, I'm gonna get, I don't know, like orange. The outside from here has come all the way back to here, and the setter goes all the way up to here. So the way this works, the way this is like rotationally viable is that, of course, these three are front court. Is that this outside has not crossed over this middle bounds or this outside bounds. So yeah, the outside can be in any of this area. But then with the setter can just, like, the setter just needs to follow this bound and this bound. So the setter could be anywhere, like, that they wanted to in that area. So this rotation, the outside and the setter basically swap, but the setter doesn't go all the way. The setter goes like almost all the way and then runs at the end. And then yeah, the lib covers like this whole area. The outside covers this area, and then the front court outside covers this area. And then these rotations, basically the goal of them is to set our outside up really close to outside straight away, and set our oppo up and our middle up as well as our setter. Because what we were doing with our 1-5 is, like, I kind of made a bit of it. Like, we ran what we had with Bart last year, but then this year I kind of made a bit of it as well. What I was trying to do is just get the setter close and then have hitters. But now this one gets the setter close, and then it also has the correct hitters in the correct spots, which is really helpful for this rotation, or for just like any rotation in general. And then yeah, we have the pipe and all of that. And then base 5 is where the setter is finally front court. These are all receives, by the way. Base 5, setter is front court. Middle is middle, and outside is oppo. And so this one, I think this one's the really weird one. Yeah, this one's the really weird one. Is these three are front court. These three players are front court. And as you can see by the lines, the outside goes all the way back here. And as long as they're in front of this outside and to the side of this middle, like I'll draw the bounds in black, like where they can stand in black. This outside can be in any of this space, which is like legal for them. And then same with this middle, is they just need to be in front of the lib and to the left of the setter, so the middle can be in all of these bounds. But since the middle is here, it locks the outside because these two have to both work at the same time, or it won't allow the rotation. But yeah, middle slides back behind the setter, and then the outside slides back behind the middle, and then the oppo slides back. And everyone moves across. So what we normally have here is we normally have our outside here, and our lib here, and our oppo here. So the oppo just goes down, the lib goes across, and then the outside goes across. And then the this outside comes all the way back, this middle comes back. And then setter runs. The green arrows, yeah, for setter to run to where they need to go. And then this sets us for an outside straightaway and a middle straightaway. And this gives options, like most of the rotations gives options for a B as well as an A. So we don't just need to hit A's like off it. We can hit B's as well. Like you can just set up for a B straight away. And yeah, for an A, you just line up with me if I'm here, line up with me, I'm here, and all that. And yeah, the oppo has oppo pipes, and this one's one of the more complicated rotations, but that's it. And then rotation 6, final rotation. Like, video's almost over. It's been like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. All my videos are normally half an hour. We'll see how that goes, if people have more questions than normal. And if you have questions, tell me, or I'll fight you, because, like, if you don't know the rotation, then it's going to be really hard for you to get on the main roster, and, like, sit on the main roster comfortably. But yeah, this is the final rotation, where the setter is front middle, the outside is outside, and the middle is in oppo. This one's quite easy as well. The middle and the outside just slide back, like front court just slides back. And then the lib comes forward, and the oppo goes backwards. Now this one's another one where we just put the oppo at the back of the court and make them not receive. So we have these 4 people receiving. And like the oppo, if a ball is going like here, like this way, this is the path of the ball. Because the ball has been hit, this lib's allowed to move and break what would be rotation. But since the ball has been hit, like the rotation's not broken, because it's only before serve that this rotation needs to be held. So yeah, it covers for if people need to cover more of their zone. But yeah, it's quite optimal. And like this middle is front court, slides in, hits. We have the outside back court for pipes. We have this outside for outside hits and this oppo for oppo pipes, and the setter's already where they need to be. So yeah, that's it for this video, really. Like, I'll go back to this and just like quickly talk again. But everyone remembers where they want to be. Like preferred positions is the setter wants to be in this position or in back right. The outside wants to be here when they're front court and here when they're back court. The oppo wants to be here when they're back court and here when they're front court. And the middle wants to be here when they're front court and here when they're back court. I think we all remember that, hopefully. Otherwise, we haven't been doing enough of it. But yeah, that's it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it's very, very valuable and everyone learned. Alright, bye bye.